It's, we're way early.
3 minutes.
We still have, well, we still have 3 minutes. Do you want to wait to see the rest of, any more department heads come, or you want to go ahead and do it?
You make the call.
It's up to you. You're the boss.
Ryan Cole, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the August 8th, 2019 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Bob Archer. I currently serve as chair of the commission and represent District 3, alongside Commissioner Bill Rippon, who represents District 1, and Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First item of business, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
6 items on the consent agenda.
Move for approval as presented.
Second.
Motion made to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business, A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Under allocations, Global Spectrum LP, $175,069 is for the 2018 incentive fee. As of August 7th, 2019, total vouchers, $760,704.98, and I move that we approve the vouchers.
It was 706,000, Commissioner.
Oh, what, okay, $706,704.98.
Second.
Motion made, just wanted to clarify that. Motion made to approve by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion made to approve the correction orders by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Public Works Solid Waste. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C281-2019 with Traxxas GPS Solutions, Inc. for a 2-year sole source contract upgrading to a 4-gig LTE-based system for fleet preventive engine diagnostics, instant GPS tracking, and advanced driver coaching at a one-time charge of $1,175, which is $25 per vehicle, and a monthly charge of $1,407.65, which is $29.95 per vehicle, with funding from the Solid Waste Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works. I'm here on behalf of the Director of Solid Waste. We've had GPS in our refuse trucks for quite some time. But unfortunately, the system that we have in there now is becoming obsolete and will no longer be supported at the end of the year. So we'd like to upgrade our system to a 4G/LTE based system. And with that upgrade comes some additional features that will benefit the county, will benefit management. We have some engine diagnostics. We have location services. We have what I call driver aids. In other words, if they don't have their seatbelt buckled, it reminds them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If we have an accident, it would help us determine, how fast the vehicle was going, how hard the braking, how hard the driver broke, and so on and so forth. So with that, I have a sole source request attached to this memo. The County Counselor's Office has reviewed the agreement, and they're on board, and this will be paid 100% out of solid waste budget, which, of course, I've said before, is not taxpayer supported. With that, questions?
Questions for Kurt?
Does this work with the radio system too, as far as like key a mic or something like that?
No, it does not. It works separate, but it does provide some valuable information for us. It gives us kind of some advanced diagnostics. If a truck comes in, it doesn't seem like it's running right, it'll give us some kind of heads up. Again, probably what we're looking for is it'll determine where a vehicle is almost instantaneously. So we can kind of see where someone is on a route. If we get a call about maybe a missed pickup or something, we can look and see where that truck is and it's easy for us to redirect that truck to, to the missed pickup.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the contract by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item
Thank you,
C,
Kurt.
Emergency Management. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-282-2019 with Blue Valley Public Safety, Inc. for placement of a solar-powered outdoor warning sign or siren in the Cypress Ridge and Midwest Health Aquatic Center area at a cost of $45,594.86 with funding from the CIP 2018 funds.
Good morning, Commissioner. Scott Garcia with Shawnee County Emergency Management. Back in 2018, one of our capital outlay projects that were approved was to purchase a new outdoor warning siren for the 21st and Urish area. And after working with Parks and Rec and Evan, the electrician, we finally picked a spot to put the siren. And I'd like to show you. Here's the coverage area of our sirens. Keep in mind, the blue area will be the proposed location of the new siren. The other two big circles are other sirens. These maps can be deceiving a little bit because this is showing coverage area, but what it doesn't take into consideration is the elevation of the ground. So where we want to put the siren actually is an area that is not well covered. So, and this is where we want to install it. It'll be in the south end of the parking lot of the Cypress Ridge Golf Course. We've had the contractor Blue Valley come out, and we want to put it in this area. We looked at other options, such as up by the Midwest Aquatic Center, and considering what it looks like and where we want to put it, this was the best option. And it also allows us, me and one of my coworkers, we can work on this siren while staying on asphalt. We don't have to go on the grass. We don't have to tear up any grass or nothing like that. So it's very accessible for us to work on. And this is what the actual siren looks like. It's a modulator. It is one that we can actually use as like a PA system. We can be at the base of the siren with a handheld radio, and we can say messages over the siren. We can also have pre-recorded messages in the siren, such as lightning detection. With it being near a golf course and the aquatic center, it's very good to know when lightning's nearby. So it can also notify people of when there's nearby lightnings. Our original quote was for $41,311. However, there has been a little bit of inflation on some of the parts, and so the price has increased. And we're also asking to put a solar panel on there to charge the batteries for the siren rather than put a meter on there. So we'll incur a big cost at the start, but over time, it'll pay for itself because we won't have the normal $30 meter fee each month. And talking with Audit Finance and Betty and Jennifer, they said that with our other capital outlay projects for 2018, we should be able to cover the overage with some of those other projects because we're not anticipating on using up the full amounts. So, do you have any questions?
Are there questions for Scott? Yes, Commissioner.
You say you're using solar powered with battery?
Yes,
Is there any reason we're not just using electricity from like the clubhouse there?
we had Evan go out there, and where the panel is, he doesn't feel comfortable with having an overhead wire go to it. It adds extra weight to the building, and he's not too excited about doing that. And so by having solar power on there, it'll just be able to charge the batteries as they're being used. The bad thing with these sirens is when we have meters on them, we don't use it enough, and so 90% of our bill is meter fee. So,
That's what I thought, if we could, piggyback on with the golf course there.
we tried, that was one of our first options. And Evan said he was not, he expressed his dissatisfaction with that.
Weatherhead.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So with that,
I move that we approve.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
thank you.
Item D, Health Department. Number 1, consider approval of request for the Shawnee County Health Department Community Health Planner to attend Momentum 2020's Montgomery intercity visit in Montgomery, Alabama, to share best practices for community change strategies at a cost of $1,272.50 with funding from the Heartland Healthy Neighborhoods Topeka Community Foundation grant.
Good morning, Commissioners. Linda Oakes from the Health Department. I'm very pleased to bring this request to you today. I'm very excited about this opportunity to have a person who is going to represent health to go on this inner-city visit. I just want to share, last week we heard the presentation from Momentum 2022, and I want to share their public value again. Momentum 2022 will measurably improve access to opportunity for all people and organizations to experience increased hope, health, happiness, and prosperity. So health made the list. I'm very excited about that. I just see this as a great opportunity for us to get health into that conversation again. Now, maybe it's not on the agenda for the trip specifically, but if they talk about built environment, they talk about access to healthy food, that's all health. And it all plays into our health system here and there. So I think we're going to learn a lot. Susan is also going to have the chance to visit more with the leaders of our community and talk to them, and I think those are great opportunities also. So I also wanted to share that we had an opportunity through the Health Department to participate in a policy development and support training free of charge from the state of Kansas. And so Kayla Bittler-Loschke and Edidina Patch are both on the team. Edidina's from Stormont, Vail, and of course Kayla's from Momentum 2022, along with Amanda Monholland from our agency and Susan Kamen. So this is just another opportunity we had to collaborate. We were the first health department to ask to bring community partners to that training. So I feel like Shawnee County is ahead of the game. We know that it takes collaboration to make improvements in public health. So I'm looking for opportunities to have public health with a capital P, to get the public into public health and have us all collaborate and work together. And just one more note on those collaborations. Grace Meds magazine this time, their cover story is about immunizations. So again, we're all working together to improve the health of our community. So that is why I would like to send Susan on this trip. The trip will be funded by the grant from the Topeka Community Foundation through Heartland Healthy Neighborhoods. When we wrote that grant, we had this trip in mind when we first started working on this position. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I see none. I'll move to approve, and thank you for always doing a good job, Linda.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank
We
you,
look
Commissioner.
forward to the feedback report. Next item, please.
Item E, Facilities Maintenance. Number 1, consider approval of an emergency repair due to August 1st thunderstorm with MEI to replace the hydraulic pump motor on the elevator at the North Annex, 1515 Northwest Saline, at a cost of $5,000 with funding from the 2019 contingency fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Kroll, Facilities Maintenance Director. Just about a week ago, well, it was a week ago, right about now, we had some power issues out at the North Annex during that thunderstorm, and it fried the electric motor that supplies the hydraulic fluid to the elevator. The initial cost when I was trying to get this on the agenda that MEI tossed at me over the phone was $5,000. They came back Friday and said, no, that's going to be $12,900. So I went ahead and contacted both Interstate Elevator here in Topeka and ThyssenKrupp Elevator in Kansas City. Received some other pricing. The low price now is Interstate Elevator at $7,608.48. So I would like to change the request to reflect that amount, $76,0848, for contingency fund use to get that elevator up and running again with Interstate Elevator. Answer any questions you might have.
Questions for Bill?
I don't have any questions, but I would move for approval, and I would ask it to be up to $9,000, just in case there's some unexpected, so that Bill's not coming back for a second time, again, using contingency funds.
I'll second that.
Motion made to approve with certain stipulations by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Next item, please.
Item F, County Councilor. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-283-2019 with a three-year contract with Thomas McGee LC for workers' compensation administration services.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Crowell, Shawnee County Councilor. We are asking that the proposed 3-year contract be approved with Thomas McGee to serve as our third-party administrator for workers' compensation services. Let's see. This contract we've had since 2006. The current contract reached the end of its life cycle this year, so we did go out for RFP on this contract. We received 3 responses. A review committee unanimously approved staying with Thomas McGee on this contract. This contract is a proposed 3-year term with 2 additional 1-year options. And I would be happy to answer any questions you might have. We're happy with the services we received from Thomas McGee. We RFP'd it because we were at the end of the contract cycle.
Questions for the county counselor?
None questioned.
I'll move to approve the contract.
Second that.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Next item.
Item G, Sheriff's Office. Number 1, acknowledge receipt of correspondence from Sheriff Hill to seek requests for quotations for the following: A, Sheriff's Office ballistic vest and vest carriers. B, Sheriff's Office uniforms.
Good morning, Commissioners. Major Hubler with the Sheriff's Office. I'm requesting to go out for RFP, as stated, for the ballistic vests and carriers of our current uniform, as well as the pants and shirts of our current uniform. The contract is getting ready to expire in November that we have for both those items at this time, and feel that the RFQ to establish contract for a period of approximately 5 years is the best fiscally responsible way to go about getting vests and uniforms, because ballistics change in price fairly regularly, and best option for us at this time. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for the major?
Move to acknowledge.
Motion made to acknowledge by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item H, Commission. Number 1, discussion of proposed 2020 budget.
I can get the,
Well, it's that time of year again. As you all know, we had our public budget hearing on the 1st, and so now it's time for us to have our budget discussions and for you to work towards an approved budget for 2020. I have a worksheet here for us that kind of lays out the different categories like law enforcement, recreation, public works, et cetera. And then within those categories, it shows the different departments. Then I show prior budgets for 18 and 19. I have a column that shows the 2020 budget requests, and then a column that shows what I'm calling the 2020 starting budget. That is my flat budget that I have determined that includes salary increases. It also includes a 1% increase, kind of a cost of living increase for the other 2 MSAs for services and supplies. So this is where you typically start with your budget discussions with that starting budget. Then I also have a column that says BCC adjustment. This is if you make an adjustment to that starting budget. This is where I will put that into the worksheet. Down here at the bottom, and then the last column is the approved budget. Down here at the bottom, I have a number here in green. This is the number that you have left to allocate if you choose not to raise the mill levy. That is shown down here in the bottom right corner there, that the mill levy is currently 48.194. And now I will say, this is an estimate. The clerk's office actually determines the mill levy based on the November 1 assessed valuation. What we are using now is our June 15th, June 1st, June 15th valuation. which is, the best estimate we have. I have adjusted that a little bit for correction orders that we anticipate will come in between now and November, and then any property exemptions that we are expecting to come in. So this is kind of our starting point, and I will leave it up to you.
Very good, and I want to go down the list, but before we get started, I'd like to make two motions, and then we will open it up. The first motion would be to increase the Department of Corrections flat budget by $197,993. That's essentially to cover the increase in medical expense and food for our inmates.
Second.
Motion made to increase by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The other motion I would make under Parks and Recreation is to increase the Parks and Recreation budget by $130,966 to enable them to have their requested amount and to continue to invest in Parks and Rec in our community. And that's a motion.
Second.
Motion made to increase Parks and Rec by $130,966, made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Now, if the other commissioners would like to discuss their priorities before we get into the listing, I would be more than happy to entertain that. Commissioner Cook?
I would just be happy just to go through the listing as we have in the
Very,
past.
very good. Commissioner Rippon?
That would be good.
All right, let's start with the county counselor. I would move to increase the county counselor's budget by $6,441 as his request.
Second.
Motion made to increase by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. We've already discussed the Department of Corrections. The next is the District Attorney's Office.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to increase the district attorney's office by $25,000. It's not the full amount, but again, increasing the district attorney by $25,000.
Well, actually, I have the amount requested as being $16,054 more.
16, okay, then that would be the
Okay,
request.
okay.
Sorry.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook to increase the district attorney's budget by his requested amount, and that would increase by $16,054. Made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
There is no change for the district courts.
Yes, so I'll make a motion that we no change the district court.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Move to have drug court remain at $15,000.
Second. Motion made by Commissioner Cook not to increase drug court, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please. Emergency management. They have requested an increase of $3,415, and I will so move.
Second.
Motion made to increase emergency management budget by $3,415, made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The next is Safe Streets has asked for no increase, and I will make a motion that we approve no increase for Safe Streets.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The next category is the Sheriff's Office.
And Commissioner, I did have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Ms. Greiner might be able to help elaborate. During the budget discussion, there was some Topic brought up of overtime, and with hiring on more officers, whether or not we would need the same amount of overtime as we had budgeted in the past. I'd asked Ms. Greiner to go and do an evaluation to see her thoughts on that, and I would just ask her to report back.
What I did was I did look into that. I looked at the, when I was determining my flat budget, my starting budget for the Sheriff's Department, I did look into that at length. Jennifer and I made quite the study of that. We looked at their actual overtime that, for 2018. We adjusted that up for salary increases for the 2 years, for 19 and for 20. And then we looked at the increase in positions to the Sheriff's Department between 18 and what they're budgeting for 20, and subtracted that amount off. We subtracted it off at the lowest paid position within each category that had overtime, and we only deducted that off at a straight pay amount. We did not, take time and a half. So I feel like my flat budget or my starting budget has taken into effect those adjustments to their actual overtime that they had for 2018. That is how my starting budget was determined.
Yes.
So I do feel like that's a pretty conservative
Okay.
approach.
The sheriff has asked for a little over $1 million more than that flat budget. I would make a motion that we increase the sheriff's budget by $200,000 over the flat budget.
I'll second that.
Motion made to increase the sheriff's budget by $200,000, made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item is Stormont Vail Event Center. It's no change. I would make a motion that we accept that.
Second.
Motion made to accept the no change for the event center operating, made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Fair Association. Again, there is no change requested by the Fair Association. I would make a motion that we approve that.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. We've already discussed Parks and Recreation. Noxious Weeds. Is there a recommendation or a consideration discussion about noxious weeds?
Commissioner, I would move that we not make an adjustment to noxious weeds at this point, but we reserve it to come back to at a later point at the end of the budget if we need to.
Okay. We will move on then to the appraiser's office. The appraiser has not requested an increase, and I'll move that we approve that.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Planning Department has made a proposal not to increase their budget over the flat budget.
Well, there is a couple $100.
It
difference.
is, you're right, it is a couple of.
I would move that we approve a flat budget of $272,479 for the planning department.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Motion made to have a flat budget by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item is Public Works, and they have asked for a minor increase of about $1,500.
I would move to increase to the requested amount.
Motion made to increase to the budget request by Public
Second.
Works, made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Register of Deeds, I will make a motion to accept the flat budget from the Register of Deeds.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. The next item is the ambulance, which is contractual at $350,000. I'll move to approve that amount.
Second.
Motion made to approve the $350,000 by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Animal shelter is listed at $130,000. They've requested $132,000.
I would move to have it at 130,000. Again, it is by a per animal cost, not a contractual cost, so.
I'm sorry, that is
But it is
incorrect. It
contractual.
is a flat
It is
amount
that
now.
way. Okay.
It used to, in prior years, we had a per animal cost, and we changed it to a flat amount.
I think we did that last year.
But
It's a flat amount.
I would move to have it at a flat amount.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Motion made to have the animal shelter expenditure at $130,000 flat amount, made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Community Resources is asked for a flat budget amount. Now I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item is the Conservation District. They have requested $47,000, and a flat budget is $42,000. What's your pleasure?
I'd request that we allow $2,000 increase.
Second.
$2,000, okay. Motion made by Commissioner Rippon to make the amount $44,000, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The coroner's $535 is a contractual amount, and I'll make a motion to approve that.
I will just mention that that contract will be coming up for renewal, but this is the current amount, so I believe it's prudent for us to just budget this amount at this time.
Okay. A motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The Health Agency budget is flat. The requested amount is flat, and I'll move to approve that.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Grace Med, the amount is contractual at $89,000. I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The motion carries 3-0. Health Access, the amount is a flat amount, is the same that has been requested. I'll move to approve that.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Extension Council.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we increase that by the requested amount.
And the request.
Would you like to know how much that would be?
Yes.
Yes, please.
That would be an increase of $17,252.
I don't hear a second to that. I'll move to keep that budget flat.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to increase it by 10,000.
Do I hear a second on that? I hear no second.
I would move 5,000.
Second.
Motion made to increase by 5,000 by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. What's so funny about that? Motion carries 3-0. Next item is Vallejo.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we hold and reserve Vallejo until the end.
I agree. The next item is TARC. I will move to increase TARC by $25,659, just what they asked for.
Second.
Motion made to increase by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Service programs for the elderly. We want to come back and revisit that?
Yes, please.
Okay. And social service grants, do we also want to come back and address that?
Yes, that would be my motion.
Okay. All right. Administrative services, general expenses, flat budget, I would move to approve.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item is contingency of $1 million.
Move to have a requested flat budget.
Motion, I'm sorry.
No,
Is that-
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next is capital outlay, $2 million.
Move to have stays flat.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion made to continue the $2 million by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. I see that Audit Finance has submitted a flat budget, and I will move to approve that.
Their budget increase is $3.
That's all right. I can,
$2.
we can leave it as it is.
I move that they live within their means and continue with the flat budget.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The Board of Commissioners budget, it looks to me like, what?
$400 increase is what was
$400
asked.
increase.
I think that was for additional travel.
Okay. I would move to increase the budget by $4 million, or $400.
$4 million.
I'll second.
Motion made
The
by
400,
Commissioner.
not the-
400. By Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The county clerk's office has requested a flat budget, and I make a motion we approve that.
I will just make a comment on that one, since it
Okay.
has changed since the budget hearing. The county clerk went back and talked with her staff about that one
yes.
position that had not been filled for some time, and so they have reduced their budget by that one position.
Okay.
But for the public, and if anyone, was watching her budget hearing, it would not tie to this.
Okay.
Motion at the 856-624.
Second. Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The next item is the Elections Commissioner, who has essentially asked for a flat budget, and we recognize and appreciate that, and I'll move to approve it.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
I might also make a comment on that one, because you'll see there is a significant increase from 19 to 20. But as we all know, but I'll let the public know, they are on more of a 2-year cycle. So when I figure my flat budget, I'm taking that into account, that this will be,
Yes.
a big election year for them.
Thank you, Betty. And again, we appreciate the newfound cooperation with the Elections Office. The next is Facilities Management, who is requesting a flat budget, and I'll move to approve that.
Second.
Excuse me. Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Let's see. Now we're at Human Resources, and they've asked for an 18% increase.
And the reason for that increase was to include a compensation study in their budget. Now, that does not mean that has to be included in their budget. That could always be paid out of general expenses if you would prefer to do that. But that's why they show a large increase.
I'll move to keep their budget flat at $447,185.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next is information technology, and they are asking an increase of $27,452. IT is the backbone of our business, and so I would move to increase from a flat budget their requested amount of $27,452.
Second.
Motion made to increase by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. The next is the treasurer's office. Jump right in.
Good morning, treasurers, or good morning,
No,
commissioners.
I'm asking for
Oh,
them.
sorry.
Public comments over. They've asked for, what, about a $23,000 increase? I'll move to increase it by $10,000.
Second.
Motion made to increase the treasurer's budget from flat budget by $10,000 by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. The debt service is pretty much what it is. I don't know that we need to discuss that. How much do we have left?
$5,106.
Okay.
The 4 areas that we've not addressed yet are
Yes.
noxious weed,
Yes.
the
Tark.
Vallejo,
Vallejo, I'm sorry, you're right.
social service for the elderly, and social service grants. Noxious weed has requested a $5,000 increase.
7,000. Or
$7,000.
almost 7,000.
7,000.
I would make a motion that for noxious weeds and for Vallejo and for programs for the elderly and the social service grants, that they be at a flat amount. I mean, we're out of money.
5,000.
I don't hear a second.
Okay. What's your pleasure?
Commissioner?
Go ahead.
Well, this is your first time here.
It is.
Welcome to the club.
Yes. And we have just the 5,000 left.
If you wish to maintain the mill levy as it is, or
Sure.
As close as we can estimate.
Why don't we give, I'll make a motion that we increase the noxious weed by 1,000.
Second.
Motion made to increase noxious weed by $1,000 by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we allocate the remainder, $4,106 to Vallejo.
I'll second that. Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. And that leaves us 0.
Mr. Chairman, before we conclude, I would
Yes.
move that we have a no increase, or a flat budget, sorry, for social services for the elderly and for social service grants, so that would be a complete then motion on all items.
Very good, Commissioner. Motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Now, we need a motion to approve the 2020 budget as presented, and I'll make such a motion.
Second.
Motion made to approve the budget for 2020. by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. And I'd like to thank everybody that made presentations. I'd like to thank Betty and her staff. They've done an excellent job. Thank you to all our department heads, our social service agencies for working hard for the citizens of our community. Thank you so much. Next item, please.
Call for the motion. Call for the vote.
Huh?
You said it was, you had the motion in the second.
said everything
But you
except
didn't
the very
actually
last
say the
motion.
carried
Oh,
3-0 or 2-1
yes.
or 1-2?
Motion carries 3-0.
There you go.
Thank you, Cindy.
I just try to keep up.
I know you do. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 5, administrative communications.
This is an opportunity for, excuse me, any member of the public, department heads, to address the commission.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. As you're aware, our summer's winding down. A lot of our seasonal facilities will be closing on a weekly basis. All the pools will be closing and aquatic parks will be closing on Sunday, except for Midwest Health will stay open on weekends through Labor Day. The train and carousel will be open through October, and our Adventure Cove will be open on weekends through middle of September. Our last camp day will be tomorrow. As kids all go back to school, but I do want to take the time to thank all of our seasonal staff. If you remember when we were down in the spring trying to recruit our seasonal staff, we take great pride in hiring our seasonal staff. They deal so much with the public and parents, and they're the face of our department during the summer months and see so many people. And I want to shout out to Angela Lewis and HR for helping us. I think she just left. She doesn't like compliments, I guess. And Olivia Mayer from our department, because we hire over 500 seasonal employees, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of commitment. And just want to say thank you, and look forward to next year.
Thank you, Randy.
Good morning, Commissioners. Linda Oaks from the Health Department. It seems appropriate to follow Randy's with, yes, it is time for back to school. So our immunization clinic has been pretty busy, but I just want to remind parents that we are still there giving immunizations to their children for school. We're open, 8 to 4, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, 10 to 6, and Wednesday, 8 to 11, and 2 to 4. And I would just want to remind everyone, too, there's some new requirements for school this year. Kindergartners and first graders need to have 2 hepatitis A vaccines, and students entering grade 7 need to have a dose of meningitis vaccine, and students entering grade 11 need 1 dose if not vaccinated prior to their 16th birthday, and they will need 2 doses if their first dose was before their 16th birthday. So if that's confusing and it seems kind of crazy, you can call us at 251-5700. Again, immunization clinic is at our 10th Street clinic, and we will be there to help get our students ready for school. So we hope that parents will come in, not get a surprise note from the school that their child still needs immunizations.
Very good. Thank you, Linda.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Major Hubler with the Sheriff's Office. You may have seen yesterday, or maybe not, but we are starting an initiative to get out to the public. Since 2017, we've seen an increase of 21% in burglaries, auto thefts, those types of things. So one of the initiatives that the Sheriff Hill is trying to do is we're going to get out and have some drone deployments, be proactive in trying to find these criminals when they don't like to be found. The short version is we're going to do some public engagement meetings with the public. The first one is August 12th at 6 p.m. at Seaman High School. And the second one is August 19th at Shawnee Heights High School. And the third one is August 20th at Washburn Rural Middle School. If people have questions, technology is scary, or at least challenging to some people. We want to get out there, let them know what we plan on doing. One of the biggest things that we want people to know is we will not be flying over private areas. It will be over public roadways and pathways, looking for burglars in high crime areas or areas where we've seen an uptick in crime. So
Very good.
welcome everybody to come out to those meetings if they have any questions or concerns, and we'll answer them all at that time.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Major. Is there anyone else that would like to address the commission this morning? I'm going to go first today. I think everybody's been reading about the Topeka Rescue Mission and the serious problems that they are having. That it is a community problem. And I would like to suggest that we have an emergency summit next Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the City Council chambers to include the county commissioners, the City Council, and leaders of our community to see what we can do, to get facts, to have a presentation on where we've been and where we're going with the rescue mission, and to see if we can come up with some funds from the city and the county to help in this short-term problem, but to help save the Topeka Rescue Mission. It's too important that we don't take action as community leaders. Commissioner Cook?
I thank you for bringing that up. You commonly will accuse me of stealing your thunder. Today, you upped me and stole my thunder. On Tuesday, I attended the public meeting, heard Barry Feeker speak, and all that the rescue mission has done for so many years for our community. Heard the words, very moving words, from the participants of the programs. After that meeting, I reached out to Betty Greiner, our finance director. Shawnee County has a history of setting aside money for contingencies, unanticipated events. We currently have $730,000 in our 2019 contingency fund. We have made it through 6 months of the year, 7 months technically, although not all receipts are in yet for that 7th month. On Wednesday at this summit, if the city should so accept our request for a summit, it would be my request that the county put forth $100,000 of the $736 towards the rescue mission. It's by no means all of the money that the rescue mission would need, but I think that it is a comfortable amount that we can, and an adequate amount that the county can put forward, showing that the county citizens, this is a community problem, not a rescue mission problem. So,
I fully agree, and I would expect the city to match that dollar for dollar. If they don't, I'll be upset. Commissioner Rippon, is that along your thinking too?
Yeah. It's too important to let it fail.
Yes.
And it would cost us a lot more in the long run if they did fail. It would put an extra burden on a lot of our facility, or our budgets, and
You're absolutely right.
I think it's a savings to do that, actually, so.
Okay.
and the $100,000 would help them get through, along with other community donations, getting through and getting them their feet back under them so that they can maintain their financial solvency.
But I think it's important that we hear from Reverend Feeker to know that we're back on track, that we're meeting the community needs. I know the Reverend said that we've sort of got spread out too thin, and there's some others, and I believe he will address those, and so I appreciate your thoughts. I think it's important that community leaders are proactive when you have a problem. This is a problem, and we're going to address it. Brian Cole.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections, and I deeply appreciate giving me this time. I didn't know they were going to talk about the rescue mission. I also attended that summit, and I can tell you what will happen from systems that have stopped in the past. That Barry and I've talked with Barry quite often, and we share some of the same clients. And much like when the mental health hospitals closed, if this mission closes, I can tell you what will happen, that they'll stop receiving the services out in the community, they'll stop receiving the medications that they need and things like that, and the alternative will end up being, I hope not, they end up in jail. And Barry and Mr. Henderson that was there agreed. And I sit back a little bit and thought about, if the jail was to see about a 25 to 30 inmate increase, and I started looking at food costs and medical on our per diem rate, you're looking at just about a $1 million increase to the jail just to be able to have those people to come in. I don't want jail to be the alternative. And I appreciate very much the commission bringing this up and stepping up and talking about this. And obviously, I'm not here to give out any funds or say, but I deeply appreciate that. But I did talk to Barry and say that we don't want the jail to be the alternative, and because sometimes in communities, that's what happens. And so I just wanted to bring you up that this could be a very costly, what Mr. Rippon, Commissioner Rippon said, this could be very expensive.
Thank you, Brian. I hope to hear from the mayor and the city manager by close of business today. Next item, please.
Item 6, executive session.
There's not a need, so we're officially adjourned. Thank you for coming today.
Just for the chair.
Have a good weekend, my friend.
You too.